Gong Pei Zhou Ho Appleton Public Library no. First of all, I'm going to say a couple words of welcome to the Hmong community in Hmong, and then I'll say it in English. Oh, yeah. One day no, cú sáng hai tiền nhỏ sát sầu na, đợi cho parking na, do hai tiền này chính châu nhẹ cho hậu na, cái lúc xưa hậu nói, lúc xưa hậu trongวันnày tất cả vài nhẹ cho mình châu cho hậu tao hỏi hai tiền, hậu city of Appleton nó lỡ con đun chu hiện cái trái mi plan này, sai họ program nó ta này tàu check cái na, cái hai tiền này cái all look quarter tên đó cho mình châu gì na cái tên mà sân mộng yến tàu mình xin gì trong này. Cuộc calendar cho nên bảo vấn đề trái cái họ program họ ta cái họ tàu ít được cái nếu chỉ dùng cho này thế phải trái này chỉ tốt tại lại bình thường gì là okay. Cú lúc bây hoa gì cú họ lựa cho họ city of Appleton nó nhớ cho họ lu Appleton Public Library nó cú trong xia hay tiền cú tao bỏ này ít trong nè trong gì không như sợ đầu tao cùng bé trâu nếu thấy nếu chẳng chẳng hẹn cho bé vì hai tia bé dọn cho bé nhà bé gì bé bỏ bé giờ số lên số tù và tao mua lúc tiền chi và tao cho bé tua cho lúc đấy chờ mình cả nó xong nó xong và một lâu cho lúc xong và bé mong tao tua nhớ cho lúc đấy chờ mình cả nó vì nên tao bé theo xã và dọn cho hai tia bé giờ lần tư thì bé tua khỏi tư tua vì nên tao bé thêm một học program nhớ cho họ lưu library nó cái cụ thọ ở châu đó nên cho lên số tù nên trở món này lúc xí hậu món nông thì tôi cùng bé châu tỏ Appleton Public Library ở châu đó nên lúc xí hậu đó. Hello and welcome to everyone who came on this beautiful day. It's finally summer. Yay! Thank you all for coming today. I am truly blessed to have such a wonderful turnout for today as we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Hmong migration from Laos to the United States. I am very happy and I would like to thank the city of Appleton, the Appleton Public Library, and to all the residents of the Fox City that has welcomed the Hmong and their arrival here to the United States and have given them the opportunity to start their new life over and also to be successful here in the Fox City and to call Appleton their home. Who is the director of the Appleton Public Library? She has made a significant impact to the Hmong community since she started to be the director of the library here. She has a lot of the leadership, the dedication, and very motivated to welcome the Hmong community here to the Appleton Public Library. So I would like us to please give her a big round of applause and welcome her to the podium here.
Thank you very much for coming to the Appleton Public Library today and to spend a good chunk of your afternoon in the basement on this absolutely gorgeous day. This celebration really epitomizes what libraries are about. And I know that for many people, when they think about libraries, books are the first thing that comes to their mind. But libraries are more than places that store books. We are more than places, we're more than collections of materials, and we're more than computer access. Libraries are community platforms and should serve as symbols of how the community sees itself and represent what we aspire to achieve as a community. So it's a privilege to host this event, and I can think of no better way to accomplish the mission of the Appleton Public Library than today's celebration. The mayor is sorry he cannot be here today. He and his wife are enjoying a vacation, and they're probably sunning themselves on the beach right now as we speak. I am not sorry he's not here because I get to read the proclamation from last week's council meeting that he read in honor of this celebration and Hmong American Day. And I've always wanted to read one of these, so. Whereas, from 1961 to 1975, more than 40,000 Hmong men were recruited by the CIA to fight communist forces in the secret war in Laos, a part of the Vietnam War, and whereas in May 1975, the U.S. withdrew from Laos and hundreds of thousands of Hmong fled into Thailand to seek safety. And soon, many Hmong refugees and their families immigrated to Wisconsin, where today, Appleton is home to more than 3,000 Hmong. And whereas the city of Appleton recognizes the importance of the Hmong Americans through their cultural, social, political, and economical contributions that help make the city more vibrant and diverse. And whereas after 40 years in the United States, the Hmong have progressed to achieving the American dream, becoming business owners and professionals in the Fox cities. And whereas it is our great honor to commemorate this day to recognize and celebrate the history, culture, and contributions of Hmong Americans in Appleton and throughout other cities in Wisconsin. Therefore, be it resolved that Timothy M. Hanna, Mayor of the City of Appleton, proclaims May 14th, 2015, Hmong American Day in the City of Appleton, and invites you all to join us in a celebration today, Saturday, May 2nd, at the Appleton Public Library. So thank you to the Mayor for this wonderful proclamation and for being here in spirit. And then I just have a really quick list of a bunch more thank yous. Thank you to everybody who made this day happen, the Friends of Appleton Public Library who support the programs, and the private donors who came forward also to support today's program. And I want to extend my gratitude to Lo Lee as he prepares for retirement and wish him well. And finally, I want to say a special thank you to Yi, Diana, and Ku from the Appleton Public Library, who've been working on the details for this day for many months. They are very modest and will be horribly embarrassed, so I ask you all to give them a quick round of applause. With that, I will hand it back to Ku and let you get on with your own stuff.
Thank you, Colin. So next up, I would like to introduce Lo Lee. He is the director of our Hmong American Partnership. And also, along is Zongya Chao. He's our president of our committee, the Hmong American Partnership. So, and lots of Lo. Today, Zongya ne, pitch mo share this Tony Jati there. Today, okay la. Lots of law you to director of local Hmong American Partnership there. Chitali la to Patan Zongya Chao there. Ne along so na.
Today is Hmong Days, and I want those who are not speaking Hmong to learn a little more about Hmong language. So I'm going to speak Hmong language more than English. So, but first let me say this. Appleton, the Fox cities, the leadership of the Fox City, including Appleton. Today we have many friends who are here along with us. We have Ms. Colin here. Thank you very much for supporting this program and supporting this project. We also have the City of Appleton Minority Coordinator here with us too. So, and we also have Na, who is one of the Hmong researchers. We also have Bill Curtis and Tim and Tanya and Diana and so on and so on, along with the board president here to be here with us today. So without the support of you, no matter what we wish, it may not be happen, but let's say this. I really feel like we received the blessing, the support from the Fox City leaders, and the Fox Cities, namely Appletons, the citizen of Appleton that supporting the existence of Hmong and other minorities population in town here. And then we working together on not only the Hmong project and Hmong culture, but we also work on different cultures altogether. And today is a day that only 12 more days left. Then we'll be reaching the exact date that General Vang Pao and the Hmong left Laos, which is May 14th. And today is a recognition day for the migration of Hmong into the U.S. Today here. So come back to the library here. Then I went to each of the public library in the Fox City here. I also visited some public library in Green Bay and Milwaukee. Many of those public libraries, they have a small section of Hmong culture in there. But to me, I want the Hmong and non-Hmong to know more about Hmong peoples in the right ways, through culture, through arts, through tradition and custom and so on and so on. And what we do here today is something that I came here very often time and then went through other section along with the Hmong section there. I found several articles, books, and so on, even CD and DVD and so on. Some of the books are very true and very real, and then I hope that members of the Fox City here may take this opportunity to come and check out those material and read and understanding a little more about Hmong. We try very hard to be a strong and good member of the communities. Hmong alone trying to be a good Hmong, but no matter what we do, it's not 100% it's going to be good. So we still have something to do. But we have from the city in Appleton and a friend like staff at the public library here, along with the library board and so on and so on. And here, I think Appleton public library play a key role. Other libraries, they are really good, but they kind of look up to Appleton to see where we at, and then trying to do that. So I really encourage Ms. Colin to urge you to bring more of the material, trying to organize such an event more often. And it is a good place to start with, and it is a good place that many people come here and then we learn from here. Let me say in Hmong, a little in Hmong, and be back, I come to conclusion here. Nhớ rằng cho nè cho chỉ cho thấy cho ta sẽ là lúc nào vậy nô rằng hay thì cái tuần hậu lưu chế như nào library nào giờ như nào mua gì mua Diana mua Colin mua như nào cái tu nào lấy xí giờ nè chua lưu giờ thì lấy xí ba cái chỗ mà nào nếu mua sầu sát sầu nếu mua y hong sầu mà giờ mua mong chân tới cho căn cứ cho các lý kế trai và cái lò rể u nó cho số tàu chứ gì mà cô sa có này cho gì là này cho mình nhỏ tua sai cho phun tàu này cho một nhận cho lù mông là mua cho lù America là mua để có cho mình nhỏ nó được bao giờ hay tiền này lấy lần từ tiền có chừng chẳng mà cô sa có bây giờ mong là bây lần bao thì bây giờ lần từ để bây giờ một chuyện chơi qua lừa hai lần tù chủ yếu mong chỉ chủ qua thì nó sauอยู่cho mong vậy tụ bùaไปปวดตายตรองไปกุรองหล่อไปตูเทียอย่าเลยนามาว่าจะเราละยะเตาจ้าแล้วจะเราก็ย่าจะจ้าชอบพูกับไปมองจ้ากันเลยเกใจนี่นาว่าใครหนึ่งมองลูจงชอบมองนาปลาจะรัวละยะเตาเสาคันเดิมโมเดี๋ยวเขาหนาแล้วที่จะมองเลยถึงป้าไปเกิดเธอไปด่าไปย่าเธอกับไปมัวเตียนเตาเตียนตาว่าลูมองไปกันกือตลอดจะไปจะตู้จะใส่จะไม่หยอดเสด็จอย่างเลยนาอย่าเลยมาว่าเนี่ยมั่วเนี่ยเขาเหลือเกินจะมีหนัวอะไรยังมั่วต้องเดินเกิดเลยมันต้องเหลือยาแต่สิก็อย่างนั้นการรู้เสียหายนี่เจ้าเลยตัวเช็คจะว่าพนตาว่าลุมมองเดินมองเดินเจ้าเราหมู่กับไปจะให้นั่งมองน่ะไปฮะว่าอย่างนั้นเสาเสียได้ลวกเท่ากับไปฮะรองเท่าอยู่ยอดเตาขวาอยู่ยอดเตาป้าอยู่นี่น่ะอยู่เท่ารอง ya thì giờ có lũ tụ khoa yêu xứ mà sao lũ bộ khoa yêu thế yêu chỉ sử dụng thì yêu bộ rong thế giờ lên đây phải cho tụ mong muốn nông cái yêu chứ gì nhiều tàu quân nhà họ lũ choเขาnói giờ tuaไปตัวยันยอดเสือเขาเดียไปเต่าลูกที่เชิงปลาตัวไหลเต่าเปล่าเจียวชงยาเดียไปจีเต่าที่เชิงปลาตัวเต่าเปล่าเจียวชงนอนจีจ่านะจะไปยังไปขัดตือจอนไปปวดชิบหัวชิ้นชี้เลยนอเดียจะไปปวดรงเลยนอเดียยาเลยนอยาเขาเดียในเพจเดียเขาจงเดียเนี่ยเราคันเดาที่สิมันยันเดียเดียลังตือสาสิกุสาเดียไปตัวตัวเนี่ยที่เชิงนอแล้วมันจะเก๋ปูจะไปเกิดเจอเกิดเจปูจะไปตัวนอกก้าตัวเจ้าสาวตัวผู้ชงนี่นะยัยข้าจะไปฉีดเนี่ยจะมัดเตจะเกยงจีเกยโป๊กเกยน่าจะสีหลักก็มันลงก็จะไปถ้าเจรู้สิหานี่ทอมมันได้ถ้าเจรู้สิหานี่จิมวงก็ยาเลยนะที่อะไรจงเสียป่อแต่เนี่ยเฉยตัวนะนู่นน่ะกูจะปล่อยนู่นจะชื่อสังเกตป่อจะรัวตัวจ้องอย่าจะรัวตัวจ้องแล้วจะวัวจะกูยังช่างต่อจะนี่นะรุ่นนั่งตอนเต้นะมัวเกยเสียมัวเกยว่าวันนี้นะนะขณะยังอีกข้อ indication ตรงนี้นะมาอยากก่อนเนี่ยจะเสียต่อเช้าเที่ยจะตุ้มรัวตัวใส่รัวว่าตัวรขณะแต่เรานู่นเนี่ยจะโป้แต่เนี่ยสิก่อมูยังหัวราชีแต่สินั่งกูช่วงที่เป้ช่วงตอนเต้นะเนี่ยมันจะขาดซะเนี่ยมาโป้จะขาดเดี๋ยวถอดปวดถอดกูไม่กูตุ้มอีเจ้าขณะยังอีกข้อเกิดตัวกูสาเดี๋ยวกูหันเดี๋ยวกูถูกแข้งเสือแต่เราเนี่ยเกิดตอนเลยกูเนี่ยเที่ยมันยังเลยนะเป้ช่วงชัวเป้ตัวไฮลูกว่าเป้เราว่าจอดตรงนี้เลยนะเกิดนอใหญ่ข้าจงเกิดเอกเป็ดจีต่อแต่เป็ดใส่ตัวยาลูเตเชิญนอลุดลังตือวันหนอแล้วยี่ยว่าเป็ดตัวหนอสิเป็นจีตัวหนอว่าจะยันเลยจะลังตือเสียเดียมีกาว่าเป็ดตัวหนอแล้วเป็ดจงเสียจะเลยว่าจะอย่าเป็ดจงเป็ดสั่งสิจะเป็นยี่จะนั่งจงไว้นอนะ finally again I want to thank you again to all the staff at the library here. And all the people that came through the library here and they're supporting the libraries as a whole and also supporting the Hmong section there. I already discussed with Tanya, Diana, and Yin that we need more material in putting in there. And I said to my board president here that the Hmong community need to make donations, need to support the library. We are very, very much supporting in the dream of having a much more bigger libraries. And I said to my city council that I'm willing to increase my property tax to pay for the libraries. And hopefully everybody is going to that way. It's painful for me, but I think it's a good cause. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lord. Nhớ rằng giá trọng tu và gì là các công tác cho biết họ và challenge theo và sẽ bé họ nhớ ra họ lúc phát xử họ nó nửa trong lịch trả trâu lịch trả nó tất nhiên là của cọ cũng có thể thả cho họ thì chỉ nhớ lại cho và cứ là pi cho là lúa theo là kia là kia cả nhớ ra họ nó chỉ cũng có thể giờ từng giờ tôi trong đó. As Yi, we discussed that she would like us to talk about our challenges when we build our business in the Fox Cities here. And I'd like to have my wife, Mayua, come to talk about our challenges and how we build our businesses after I say a few words. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank the Appleton Public Library, especially Colleen, Yi, Diana, and Ku, and those people who helped make this celebration possible. Also, I would like to thank everyone that are coming to this celebration today. Thank you very much for recognizing our contribution during the Secret War. I also want to thank those people that make us feel as this is our home, especially our leaders, our neighbors, our colleagues, and our co-workers. Since 1975, the Hmong people faced difficult challenges, but we persevere with courage and dignities. Our leaders and our parents they have made the right decision to resettle here in America. We used to be refugees and former refugees, but as of today, we are proud U.S. citizens. Thank you. Thanks to our friends, the Americans. They have brought us here to the land of opportunity. We have come a long way. Today, the Hmong Americans are thriving in Wisconsin, Minnesota, California, and many other places. Many Hmong men and women are becoming doctors, lawyers, teachers, soldiers, politicians, and business owners. However, there are many families in the Fox cities who still live under the poverty level, while others are preparing their children for a future of limitless possibilities. Therefore, we still need a lot of assistance from our leaders, from our neighbors, from our colleagues and co-workers. Enjoy the prosperous day. We are happy to Hmong. Có bé và họ hạt địa bé riêng nhập nông. Lúc nào như rong xía hạt tiền này nhất là họ Appleton Public Library nó họ lớn họ organize họ cho lọn cho bé nông và tôi nhất tôi cả nó là nhất họ Fox Cities họ nó cú sa thì có bé trong sân trò sau bé tên đi tôi nhiều cỡ nhất là cho nên chắc phơi lấy cho researcher và lấy chia hạt tiền cầu trong từ nó chết sẽ y hay năng từ nước top progress lấy một cho họ thế là cái cú sa có bé trong sân trò cho cỡ tóc của tớ là cái gì mình trong sân cho qua lao cả qua lao lụa là gì mình trong sân lấy em muốn chùa của nó nhớ lên tại nó là bé celebrate họ blog cho tôi nhớ là nhớ cho họรู้rõ nó bé ya tao muốn xóa thế thì cho cả hạt tiền cho bé qua tàu ya cho từ cho bé chuyển qua chỉ tàu ya cho từ cú sa có này thì mù sai cho bé qua thì phan lò thế cho bé sai bé thì bao chậu chưa cho luôn được hai nâng rồi nhau cho luôn thì nó ở bên trong thì nó sẽ cũng có và cũng có này lo thả mình chỉ cho và để nó ước cho là lúa thế sẽ ước họ pi đi chả thật chưa
Before I hand the microphone to Zhongye's wife here, can I have, do we have any the library board here today? I don't see anyone. But can I have those staff at the library here? Miss Colin, can you stand up? And Katie Floor, could you also stand up? And Tanya, Yi, Ku, and Diana. All right, give them a B plus. Give them a B plus. Yes, so much. Sorry for that. With that, Yi, could you come here? I don't see that you have this kind of books in upstairs, so I make a donation this one. And thank you. So,
I was told by my husband that we both only had 3 minutes, so I think it will be more than 3 minutes. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for hosting this here at the library. I think it's very important for us to have this event. And from this year on, what I'm very proud of and happy is that would like to see more success the next year on and on. And we all are here to support that. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about our challenges and our success with the business that we started. We started our business, our first business was back in 2000, and we started translation. saw us do all of this and also jumping in New Town back in 2000, and now here we are. And we started our first business in our basement. And then within 6 months later, we started to see a lot of needs and began to move out and then start buying our first building and then second building and then start another business one after another. And so we have gone through many challenges. There are many nights that we couldn't sleep. There's just a lot of things that we have worked really hard for. But we didn't stop because we have a dream and it's our passion and it's something that we saw in our community that it's a need. So till this day, we just started another business and another one is coming up again. So it's just on and on for us. And one of the biggest things that we're looking for is creating jobs for our community. And that's something that we both love to do, and that's what we look to do for our own community. So thank you for all the support our many friends and colleagues in the community and our Hmong families too. Nhớ số của giờ mấy người này giống như của hai bên lo hai chân từ giống như đi cái của hai thầu là nó thầu là nhớ không biết nó tao đi nên gặp xong chơi xong nó là chỉ mà thầu đi cái của mấy cái đi xe đi bỏ để thầu đi nơi trong này kia nó để nó là cho đi ở trong này kia nó thầu baby để mà đi nhau hay là bắt của hai để đi học cá lời tôi muốnซื้อnó thì nó bé cô hâm mộ ở bên luôn càng theo bé cô hâm mộ ở bên luôn thành luộc thế nó ở chỗ này cho nó để gì cứ tin cha tuổi này tôi chơi theo học ba theo nhớ li mua ở bên thùng nhớ cho nó li ở bắc khoa cho ít tuổi ở họ lựa chọn cái dòng thế nó mua bên mong bên lúc chơi lúc giờ nó theo ước chuyển hình chơi hình bên chơi li làm cho nó ít họ chẳng kiến chấp lời của trong xe hay thế nó xong nó mù lời mua nó cho bên mong nó làm mù celebrate cho mong cho lúc nó chính hình tu nó họ nói cái họ trong hình cho bên nó有做俾蒙個俾那係蒙老師做聽個俾那市場佢聽個俾咁都有那個跟到種就是冇誒那等啲那俾咁都有那啲就嚟有我諗你有錢用保利頭俾人俾自聽俾都冇我嚟誒那俾人做到市場聽我個種差你種就是冇啦所以個俾諗你蒙啦出嚟嘅種啦有做。
我做了，lan中弄的，中间的，中间的，出来那做，老还是会出来的嘛。Thank you to Loli and Zongye and this is Zongye. Next on the program here, we have the first performance by the high school girls. They were performing a dance.
chai o nhok la ho la bong cho son nó xuân gì nó mu cú thọ chờ nó và nữ do ý tu nữ tôi thấy chăm cả nó thổi nữ môn nó nhiều gì xong nữ cú tàu mù cờ tàu cái xe cho tàu University of Wisconsin Milwaukee nữ cú tàu cần tàu tiền thì nữ cú tàu là một ý tu cử chơi thì là chơi pháo xong rồi bây mong đi canh cử thì nữ cú do ý tu ở son tàu phong tàu tàu xong rồi bây mong lưu neng thì xong rồi bây lo này phong và bỏ. I would like to introduce Na Vang, who came to the United States here at the age of 8 years old. He, after graduating from high school, he attended the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. After completing his degree, he started working on his research and also writing books about General Vang Pao and about the Hmong history. So today he is a very special guest speaker who actually grew up in the Fox Cities here, right in Appleton and also in Kokona. And I would like to give this time for him to speak about his research about the immigration, about the Hmong experiences as refugees and also coming here to the United States. And I know that we have many little kids here today, so if any parents, if you have a child and if you need a moment to calm them down, you can feel free to take them outside of the programming room and then bring them back in here as many times as possible. We would like to give our full attention to our guest speaker, Na Vang, who came all the way from Minnesota. Are you going to be able to speak loud enough?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Hi, hello everyone.
You're going to probably...
Maybe it might be better if it's on here. Before I start, I just want to say I want to thank Yi and the city of Appleton, their Appleton Public Library, and all of you here for making my trip here possible and allow me this next 20 to 30 minutes to be a presenter here. My name is Noah Vang. I changed it to Noah. It's a lot easier for Americans to pronounce it. I have a hard, when I was growing up, my teacher can't pronounce no. So I took an American name, it's Noah. I didn't build the ark though, just to let you know. So I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will know a little bit about me and my work. What cities like Appleton and the places that I live in contributed to my knowledge, my life experience, and my education, and the inspiration that really motivated me to do the things that I do. And again, a lot of people already mentioned this, but this year is a very important year. It's not just the 40th anniversary of our Hmong migration here to the United States, but it's also the fall Saigon a couple days ago that got international coverage. And another piece of very important legislation that all of us needs to know is the Immigration Act of 1965, which was signed into law by President Johnson, that really kind of opened the door for us too, to make it a lot easier for refugees and immigrants to migrate here, especially after the Vietnam conflict for our Hmong people. But today is like home too. Today coming here is like coming home. I grew up around here. It's about 3 blocks from here. How many of you are familiar with State Street? That's my neighborhood. I grew up around there, and Appleton Public Library here, this place is very special to me. I usually come here every day after school to read, to study, to hang out with friends, and so it has a special place in this very place that we're standing here and being here today. My family, just like most Hmong families, not the younger ones, but the older ones, we came from the refugee camp in Thailand, and I was just 8 years old then. I must say this place was a very strange place, very different from the refugee camps. when we landed at the airport, and I thought to myself, like, this is the first time I see so many white people. Did we land in the wrong country or what? But then, within a few first 2 months after our family's arrival here, I thought about, are we ever going to go back to where we come from? And, apparently not. As refugees, the Hmong people, especially us, we didn't have a place called home. And, America, Appleton, Wisconsin, here, the Fox cities, this was our new home. And a lot of us had to struggle, but, we persevered because we believe in the values that this city has instilled into a lot of us. I see a lot of kids here too, and me being a kid, I didn't have the privilege like they did. I grew up in a refugee camp, and it's very poor. It's very poor conditions. For me, I was walking around the refugee camp without shoes. Sometimes I don't even have clothes on, and that was normal to us. And to get around the refugee camp, it's not like today. You get into your car and you go somewhere. You walk everywhere, and that was our life in the refugee camp. I would say that being here, we were very fortunate. In the refugee camp, there was no such thing as good education. There was no such thing as healthcare. There was no such thing as the kind of resource that many of us have access to today. And you can't dream in Thailand. You can't dream in the refugee camp because you're there and you don't even know where your life is going to go, whether it's going to go left, whether it's going to go right. And obviously, a lot of our parents, my mom who's here today too, they're the provider. And the only way to provide for us is through stitching the pandao. And for us as younger children in the refugee camp, there is no such thing as pursuing a career. And as a child, coming here to America, I always wonder how we ended up here in the United States. And later, I learned that because of our sacrifices of our parents' generation, with their involvement within this secret war that was sponsored by the United States to stop the infiltration of North Vietnamese going through Laos. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why we're here in America, because of our support. But with that support also came danger too. And 40 years ago, when the fall of Long Chang in 1975, when the United States left, and being American allies, being American allies was a very tough thing back then. When the United States left, there was nothing to protect us. Our parents, 35,000 of our soldiers died fulfilling the United States objective inside Laos. So being American allies, our parents, us, we were subjected to persecution by the North Vietnamese and by the communist Pathet Lao regime. So many parents have left. And my dad, along with my family, we decided to follow them too, to cross the Mekong River. And some families never made it across the Mekong River. When through my research I spoke to a few families, and they say that their other family drowned into the Mekong River. And that's a kind of tragedy, and that's a kind of sadness that people have to walk through. War is a very tough thing. It's not such. There's no win-win. It's not a win-win situation. Lives are lost. Family are separated. But I would have to say that all of the Hmong kids who are here today, including all of us, we're very lucky. We're very lucky to be here to share a story. We're very lucky to have this place called home. And you think back and you look back. As I look back at some of the researches that I've done and the people that I've talked to, they just imagine if all of us were back in Laos, like some of the local leaders here has said, our life here is much better than those of our people who are left behind. Well, when I came here, I started 3rd grade, and I don't know if many of you know where Linking Elementary School. How many of you went there for school? Raise your hand. And then I went to Wilson Middle School. The first year that the first day and the first year and the second year and the third year of my grade school, it was very tough. I came here. I did not speak a word in English. I did not know how to read or write. And when I went to school, I felt like, is it normal for them to just put you in one single room for the next 3 years, while other kids they switch around and go to different classes? For that reason, it really inspired me because inspired me to learn, inspired me to do better. Because I want to function in this society. To function in this society, you have to learn the language. You have to know your way around town. Because if you don't, I'm glad that I never got lost around town here. Especially for the first 3 or 4 years, the first 3 or 4 years, I did not have the best grades in school. But there was something else. There was something else that I strive for, and which is to get perfect attendance. And each quarter, the teachers would hand out those certificates, and getting a perfect attendance one of them was me. So I have a lot of those at home. And to me, school is very, very, very important. I don't know why, but I just felt like it was going to take me somewhere. And no matter how cold, I remember back in the 90s when there was a lot of snow here. There's a lot of snow compared to what we have these days. No matter how cold it was, I walk, either I take the bus or I walk to school. And I remember how cold it was. And, when I was walking halfway to school, I thought that I was going to turn around and go back home. But if I go back home, then I won't get that perfect attendance either. So that's what motivated me to study hard, to work hard. Because if I struggle this much, I have to make it. And I have to say I'm very thankful that family came here to the city of Appleton. And the teachers, they all believe in me, and they believe in the kind of potential that I have. And by the time that I was in 6th grade, I got nominated as the Knight of the School. And something that I felt very proud, because I don't think that being the Knight of the School, I don't think that's going to happen in Laos or in Thailand. But in here, the staff there, the teachers there, they believe in me, the kind of ability that I have as a child, as a student. And I must say that Appleton here and the Fox City here has one of the best school systems in the nation. And I can tell you that I am a product of that. As I get older and start thinking about myself as a Hmong person, as a Hmong Lao, because I was born in Laos, and as a Hmong American, we all have a place of origin. And this was the reason why I became very curious about my history. because my history wasn't taught in the classrooms here. Barely do they talk about the Vietnam War. So for sure, there's a part of me feel like where is my place of origin? And this is what really got me motivated to do the kind of work that I do. And I'll show all of you in a little bit here just a few of the video clips and just to show the kind of information that's available out there about who we are. You know, being here in Appleton, in Minnesota, wherever you are, I mean, our stories might be different from our neighbors, but each of us have our own rich culture, history, and traditions and beliefs. But, you know, being Hmong here in America or anywhere is no different than being any other people. Today we are part of a vibrant community. Like you, like all of you here, and those out there. We all have family values, educational values. Like majority of the families out there, who are hardworking families, who are hardworking parents, who work every day just to make sure that they have food on the table for the kids. And that's important. And those are the Hmong values, those are the American values, and those are the values of Wisconsin, as well as the United States here. And these are the values that I hope that not just our generation, but the younger generation, these are the values that as parents, we need to be role models to, because they are going to be our future leaders. You know, pretty soon here, maybe in the next 10, 20 years, we might have a Hmong governor. But it just really depends on how the kind of values that they're raised to believe in themselves and to believe in their skills. And, you know, to me, there's a part of me that when I growing up here, there wasn't a day like this. You know, every time you come here, there's just a few of us hanging out. We never thought about having a Hmong Day here. And did we ever think about, oh yeah, we're going to bring the community here and have something special like this? This is very, very special for this city. And I hope that the city will embrace it. Because, you know, to see something like this, you have to go to Chinatown in Chicago. You might have to go to China or Europe or wherever. But to have it here in this very space, this very city, it's something that all of you should be proud of. That you are not just doing this for the Hmong community, but you are doing this for your own community. And that's something that all of you should cherish. Because growing up, I remember getting our welfare check, because that was the only thing that we depended on for our survival here. And that wasn't enough to go around. And by the time that everything's paid for, there's nothing left for me. And you know, I'm pretty sure that most Hmong families here, to bring in extra income, you probably have to go pickle picking. And pickle picking, to me, by the time when I was 8 or 9, at least helping my parents or my family out, brought in extra dollars for me. And that's how the way that I was able to afford clothes and new tennis shoes for each school year. And you know, in terms of inspiration, there's somebody in here that really inspired me to be who I am today. You know, when, like most Hmong parents, when they come here, they have to go to adult education so that they could pick up basic skills to find jobs. And my mom, being at her age, it was hard for her to learn. But she kept going. She kept going day after day after day. And to the day that she can't no longer do it, but she was able to write her name And writing her name on a piece of paper is very important in our parents' generation, because in Laos, they did not have their access to education. And for us to go to school in Laos in the 60s and 70s, you had to walk half a day. Or you might even have to walk for days, and you would stay there for a couple months before you could come back home again. So it's not like today. So my mom inspired me in that capacity, that if given the opportunity, why not take it? This is the kind of, we're not going to have this kind of opportunity that we have here in Laos or in the refugee camps. So to say that, a lot of Hmong parents who came here as refugees, maybe just like those who are in the early 1900s or late 1800s, who are immigrants. Most of our parents came here with nothing. I came here with only a pair of clothes and pants on. And just think about how poor you were. Just think about you having to start everything all over again. And that's a kind of challenge that maybe this generation might not go through. But that's a kind of story that will be embedded in me, for me to tell and share for as long as I live, so that these Hmong kids can have that story to go back to and relate to, and to share their immigrant story, just like a lot of Western immigrants, American immigrants, who came here in the 1900s. And as I get older, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of Hmong people here, or has a lot of us as we get older, we tend to think back and start questioning who we are. When we were doing our exhibit, our Betty McCollum, who is our congresswoman that represents our district, she came and she could only say 6 words in Norwegian. And think about what that means in the future when we're Hmong people and we can't even say a word in Hmong. And when we have a lot of Hmong people throughout the world, especially in Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, and China, and when we only have one common language that bonds us together, and if we can't speak our own native language, we're going to lose that connection. And once you lose that connection, it's harder for your kids to pick it up. And I hope that I encourage all of you in this room, whether you're in here or out there, whether you're Hmong or non-Hmong, learning about who you are and your history is very important. It gives you a sense of identity. It gives you a sense of pride of being who you are. For me to walk in here with all these Hmong kids and non-Hmong in Hmong clothes, think about that kind of influence that we have in this community. We shouldn't be ashamed of who we are, but we should embrace the richness of who we are, so that we can build a stronger community, so that we could build a stronger community, and having a sense of pride where we live. And throughout my research, because I don't live the kind of experience that our parents live, I also collected a lot of photographs too. And through these photographs, it opened the way for me to relive their experience, to see how they live. And as a result of my research, I have produced two major works. One of them is this book. It's about 412 pages. It took me about 3 years. Before General Vang passed away, he is one and only general in the Hmong community. Before he passed away, and he said something to me, and I want to share with all of you in this room, especially to the younger Hmong who are here, that he wanted a part of his life to be recorded so it can be passed on to this generation and next generation, so that others could learn about who he was. And I have the honor to do that, and I'm glad that I did it. Because if we don't take charge of our history, if we don't record our history, nobody's going to do it. And the other thing is, the other work that I help co-curate is the We Are Hmong Minnesota exhibit, which took about 2 years in preparation to open on the 40th anniversary of our migration to America. That day was a very special day, March 7th. I don't know if any of you have been to the Minnesota Historical Society, but a few families here were there during the opening. It was the first time in their history that they have so many people in that room. It was so crowded that people had to come back the second time and to relearn what's in the exhibit. So that just shows you that the kind of impact that we're having, not just here, but the importance of history, celebrating this 40th anniversary. It's a very powerful message. It's a very powerful reminder of where we come from as immigrants or as refugees, especially Southeast Asian, right after the fall of after the end of the Vietnam conflict. So what I'm going to do within the next 5 to 7 minutes is I'm going to take a little bit of. I'm going to show some video clips, providing some background information of why we're here, and providing information on the kind of exhibits that exhibit and what artifacts that we have at the Historical Society. So just bear through with me. The first one here, you're going to hear a speech by President Kennedy, which back in 1960s, early 60s, no foreign forces were allowed to be in Laos because Laos was declared neutrality during the Vietnam War. So they had to go inside Laos and look for other allies. So this is a part of his speech.
I want to make it clear to the American people and to all the world that all we want in Laos is peace, not war. A truly neutral government, not a Cold War pawn. A settlement concluded at the conference table and not on the battlefield. I want to...
And this next video clip, I think it might be very important too, just to pay attention and listen to some of the language and some of the historical context that they're providing. This was made by CBS 60 Minutes in 1979. The narrator for this piece is Mike Wallace. Some of you might not know who Mike Wallace is, but he is one of the most renowned journalists out there that you ever find.
His farm in Indiana to go to Laos for the U.S. aid program, an adjunct there of the CIA's secret war. These pictures were filmed by CBS News there 9 years ago. Today, Pop Yule says we have betrayed them all.
They became refugees because we would encourage them to fight for us. I promise to myself, have no fear, we will take care of you. And taking care of you is not in a refugee camp.
We promise. The United States government, you as a representative of the United States government, promise the home people, the males, we will take care of them. You fight for us, we'll pay you. If we win, fine. If we lose, we'll take care of you.
Absolutely. And I think they still have that faith in us.
Who are these people, the Hmong, and what debt, if any, does the United States owe them? Hmong tribesmen meeting recently at a refugee camp in Thailand. Just a few years ago, many of these same men were officers in the secret army. They were valiant, resilient, dependable fighters on the side of the United States in the Indochina War. Under terms of the Geneva Agreement of 1962, all foreign powers agreed to pull their troops and military advisors out of Laos. But both sides ignored that agreement. President Kennedy ordered hired the CIA to recruit the Hmong. The CIA would provide arms, training, salaries. Hmong General Vang would provide the troops, and of course the casualties. Tens of thousands of Hmong took up arms, men, women, even children, some of them as young as 10. We use these men to fight for us. American soldiers didn't fight because these fellows were fighting in their place.
Every one of them that died, that was an American back home that didn't die, or one that was injured or wasn't injured. Somebody in nearly every family was either fighting or died fighting.
This next video clip talks about a little bit about the exhibit at the History Center, and they were surprised that how come they're having a Hmong from Wisconsin doing their exhibit for them when it should be somebody else from Minnesota doing it for them. And I told them that I live in Minnesota too.
The items in your mailbox.
And help stamp out hunger.
Our goal is to collect over 1.3 million pounds of food locally. That's over 1 million meals for our hungry neighbors.
Or go online to make a donation and double your gift.
Just bear with me for a second. No longer just a Hmong story, but this is a Hmong Minnesota story.
The Hmong Minnesota story started 40 years ago.
That's the CIA's headquarters in the secret boarding house.
Noah Vang has been working on the We Are Hmong Minnesota exhibit for 2.5 years. As co-curator, he has the history down. As a refugee, he still has the memories.
Yes, it's very emotional, and knowing the fact that our story, the journey, it's not a successful journey. It's a very painful, and it's one that's full of struggle.
Noah was just 8 years old when his family left a Thai refugee camp for America.
The first time that it's seeing large buildings, seeing the whole entire city.
His story is like that of the more than 60,000 Hmong now living in Minnesota.
When I moved here in 1990, of course, I heard about these people, the Hmong people.
Co-curator Brian Horgan says the story of these people is a story of all people.
We have these stories of coming to America. My family has these stories from coming to the United States as immigrants.
The Hmong may have started out as immigrants, but today, like so many of us, they're Minnesotans who are proud of their heritage. In St. Paul, Bhutan.
And this is the last video clip. It kind of summarized what many of the individuals here already said, but I still think it's very relevant. It's a very powerful message. I don't think it's just a powerful message to the Hmong, but in general to refugees, to new refugees who has made United States or America their home. This clip was taken in 1999. Like I said, it's still relevant. The message is still relevant. And to see that a president of the United States really know who we are, that's amazing too.
The Hmong people are among the most recent arrivals to our nation of immigrants. But your story ranks as one of the most impressive of the heroic passages that have formed our history. Every nation on earth is represented here in America. Many of the families that made the perilous journey here from east or west fled hardship. Many found a different kind of hardship upon arrival here. Beginning in 1975, the Hmong people faced an especially difficult challenge. Few people suffered as deeply from the wars that tore apart Southeast Asia, where Hmong soldiers fought bravely alongside Americans. Few people faced a more difficult journey than the one that brought you to our shores. The passage to America was arduous, as was the passage to full membership in a society very different from Laos. But you persevered and triumphed with courage, dignity, and the strong sense of community that joins you today. That triumph has inspired all Americans. Today, Hmong communities are thriving in California, the Midwest, and many other places. Hmong businessmen and women are prospering in a wide variety of pursuits. They're among doctors, lawyers, soldiers, teachers, and politicians. While preserving the best traditions of the past, Hmong families are preparing their children for a future of limitless possibilities. That is truly the American way. I know you share my confidence about the new century we're about to enter, a century in which Asians and Americans will work together as never before. Asian Americans, including the Hmong, will be at the center of that future. Good luck with the rest of your
So before I go, I just want to leave a message for the Hmong kids who are here today. For me to see all of you dressed in Hmong clothes. I hope that will continue even within the next generation. Because as people evolve, as humans change, so does culture. And I hope that what will represent us as Hmong people, I hope that stays true to who we are. So that one day, maybe many years down the road, our identity will be able to distinguish us among the diversity of this country. And I hope that all of you will continue, especially for the parents, I hope that you will continue to instill the values that makes us who we are, what makes this nation great. And I believe that this is just a start. And I do hope that, and I know that Appleton will continue to support the kind of community that we are today. And it's not just here in Appleton, but 40th anniversary is an important marker, and for us to reflect and for us to think about what can we do as individuals that can contribute to make a difference in this community. And I conclude this speech, but I also want to say a few words in Hmong as well, because that's important. And bata kusa ko halumika la shi cho cho dia cha zi no o cho ro nei ha mo lu cha lu nyong to thia ha cho cha mi nyo no sa ga nei ha mo shia den do nei lu ning ya de nei chi mo shia do nei lu ning na ta shi no se cho ka ta college na le tun thia ho lu nyo kan go li le ta shi no je cho nyo college ka ta college yong ya li pe ka ta high school tho I che cho bu cho cho ten da na. So my challenge to you, Los Agane Moshia, Gane Ganda, Gane how become engineer, Gane sa what a chilo Gane Moshia or got the tear, Yanichi or the tear, so the coach more the panina, ye the ne pani to king, ye conduct hutching, king chapel, obey, Tonyalu Pichano. And thank you everyone for having me here, and I hope that you learned something new from this presentation. And thank you again back to the Appleton Public Library here for having me here, and this is a place that's very close to my heart. So thank you. And as a donation, I want to give this book to the Appleton Public Library.
Thank you, Na, for coming all the way from Minnesota to talk to us about your experiences and the Hmong experiences in Wisconsin here. He does have copies of his book here. So at the end of the program, we will set up a table at the end of the room. If anyone here is interested in purchasing his book, this is first edition, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. You will be able to have a chance to purchase his book, and nu nọ ga tàu phong tàu tua với hai tiền lăng tư họ xã tàu lò tàu cá bé họ program nọ nữ giữa mua tròn đã cá lúc trong nhớ cho họ phong tàu nọ nữ muôn tàu tràn tàu giả cho bé nó này phong ga bỏ thia hay cho được cho bé cho tút cho họ ở tàu ba cho họ bé họ war cho họ secret war chúng chỉ tận đây là một cú sát cho ít ba tuần chạy or là lúc như cho mẹ hình ta chỉ lấy là hùng câu cho bé sợ đầu tôm luôn. Joining us here up in the stage will be the Appleton Ready to Read families and also some other families here in the Pac City. Please give them a hand of round of applause.
Thank you to the Appleton Ready to Read performance. Next up, we have the high school to perform a song. Còn đây là gì bé mua ít ba chọn sai tiết giờ tu nên thì high school là lo cũng có tôi biết sẽ làm lòng đó. So, you guys ready? Okay. John Dorobai, Tunsai High School. Next on the program here, we have Miss Hmong USA, Michael Xiong. Today, I am going to say Michael Xiong. Good
afternoon, everyone. Nhớ rằng ta sẽ được thông tin từ giờ. Nhưng nó cũng tôi cho cũng tôi hay lưu đất xí mà là cho cũng tôi hay lưu mika. Xưa được họ là mua cho nè chị là mua cho nè khu mika đâu xong nhá nó thì giờ cũng hay là mong kia là cho ta tao rồi. Đó là họ cũng tôi hay nói cho tôi biết mình chỉ cho cũng được khen thiết họ cũng chỉ để cho chơi tôi nhá họ lưu để cho mika nó cho được cũng chế nên thiết đó là cố ra chị. Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank Yi Li for inviting me and to this fantastic Hmong culture event, and also requesting me to represent my title. I'm not wearing my crown today because I will be performing a dance, and it's really heavy, so I don't want that to fall. And I also want to thank all the volunteers, the sponsors, the high school students, and our important speakers, and everyone that was able to make it today. My name is Mai Kao Zhang, and I'm currently holding a title called Miss Hmong Midwest 2015. And due to the time constraint, I will just briefly talk about my life. I was born in Thailand in 1990, and 1996, my family and I migrated to the United States. I was enrolled in kindergarten of fall in 1996, and then I have been in school since. I graduated in 2009 from Appleton West High School, and then pursued higher education right after. Right now, in the summer of 2011, I obtained my Certified Nursing Assistant certificate and have been a CNA since then. I'm currently attending Mary University in Fond du Lac, and it's also my second semester of nursing school. I'll be graduating hopefully by 2016, December 2016. And I have resided in Appleton, Wisconsin since 1996. And throughout the years that I've been here, I have been active in the Fox communities and my Hmong community through Hmong conferences such as the annual Hmong conference at James Madison Middle School, the Hmong National Development. I was also a previous vice president of the Hmong Student Union at UW-Oshkosh when I was still there, and also partake in activities through the Asian Student Association from UW-Oshkosh as well. One significant contribution to my Hmong people in the Fox communities is through traditional Hmong dancing. I have been dancing since I was 3rd grade, and I've kept the skills and talent since. I have competed in multiple dance competitions with my group in Wisconsin here to Minnesota and also to California. That being said, I'm going also to perform a traditional dance explaining the life of the Hmong people. This dance has several songs mixed together and essentially depicts how Hmong people used to live in the mountains and how we used to farm and everything, and then how we migrated to the U.S. after the Vietnam War, and how the new beginning of Hmong people have established since 1975. So, the name of the Shinjay
All right, let's give them one round of an applause again. They did such a great job. Thank you guys.
Thank you to our girls and boys who did the fashion show. Fashion show. Next up, I would like to introduce Ka Yang. He is going to play the Hmong instrument of Kling. Ka Yang, ya ne tua penguin me tua ne tua chua Kling no pem no.
到时我那到那到起来要到碰识的那个背后开呀了要看呀那个多跟别多，这我找那直接个多出来跟这这个出这张跟路路边是怎么东西，这个跟那个出这跟掉这呢做安个工作，两工跟这其中多呢，两个配合上couple an instrument couple. That the girl is the thing and the drum is the boyfriend, alright? ai thì nó cái nó dọc. Sorry. Okay, Paul. You guys hear me? Pertama bersyukur, barunya mulai semai cara cuaca ini adalah cuaca lalu sana jadi cuaca lalu hari jalan juga, mai malam lalu ni macam apa dah sih tengah ni sampai tersangat sampai tersnau ni. Jadi jangan nak jadi ni mau hari nào nó jangan ada. Cho nụ sinh ý và nụ và hô ý lộ sinh châu chỉ mò ý châu đùa lo châu chỉ tao lo ý cả chi lo gió sơ lo chi bèn giờ về lo nó gió sơ lo chi bèn đi lên gió sơ lo chi đùa ý mong lo nó gió sơ lo chi đùa giờ về lo gió sơ lo chi tao na ý cầu kinh gió mù đó ý cầu kinh lo về mò lông lo ý mong lo na gió sơ lo chi tao ý đô đô na gió mù đó ý đô đô về mò về na ý cầu kinh gió mù đó ý cầu kinh to đủ đi tơ lo kỳ to đủ ý cầu kinh gió mù xa lo ý đẹp đẹp ở thành tu phật mù cho bỏ ý đô đô gió mù đó ý đô đô cho đi đơ mù đô cho là ý đô đô gió mù xa là ý đẹp đẹp ở thành tu phật mù cho giờ là ý cầu vinh gió mù đó ý cầu vinh con đủ đi đơ nó gió mù cho giờ khi ra khi cho đi gió mù xa lo phụ phà nhà đâu mong phật gió mù cho rồi khi rể nó về nó ta là ý đó rồi gió mù cho là ý đó rồi cho đi đơ đó gió mù cho là cho khi ra khi cho đi gió mù xa lo phụ phà nhà đâu mong phật gió mù cho rồi khi cho lo khi nó cho thì hai nó sợ.
Thank you, Ka, for playing the Hmong instrument, the clang. The next program, we have the high school dancers again to perform another dance.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
you to the high school dancers. Họ cho nó ba đủ hoàn thành loa thì high school to quan hệ là mona. Thank you for being very patient. We're almost done with the program. There's one more act here. I'm waiting for you to introduce because I'm not sure where the girl is, but I think she's looking for her right now. So bear with us. While I'm talking right now, after the program, please don't leave yet. We have the Hmong exhibit in the hallway of all the pictures that when we first came to the Appleton area. So check that out. And also we have refreshments. I believe we have egg rolls too. So don't leave yet. And also, before I forget, I want to thank everyone who took time out of a busy Saturday to come and join us on a Saturday. Last year we did on Mother's Day, so I remember that, but even on a Saturday like today, I thank you for taking time out of your busy life to come and join us. So Nina picture choi ka tun sai lo hai ka pom da shi yuna yi che mon chen shen ni ha te trong xe de ne cho cha ga chon no to kong pe do kong chen no te chỉ tại là nên sắm một chế đấy ta nó là bây giờ bây mỗi lần đua đồ trong thế thọ bây giờ tôi cho mình cả nó nên là sao họ vậy sao tao nó chỉ tại là nó bây mỗi lần bây họ thế giờ cũng đang đã thế gì ta là còn là nên rất là một chế nữa.
Okay, this will be our last performance for this evening to conclude our program. This is Gong Nu. Gong Nu, can you tell how old are you? She's 10 years old. And she will be reading a poem that she wrote, and it will be in English or Hmong. Hmong. Okay, there you go, Gong Nu.
Lúc đầu tôi gửi phòng ở ba hồ cái gần đấy cái chi tiết là mà thiết cho cái ship ra cả ba cái chi li nhưng mà ship là cái chân gì nhưng mà ship yêu đã cái sự là cái ship chắc cái gần đó các thế bao nhiêu lúc ra đi lúc chỉ thằng gì lúc chỉ cái chất cái dây bỏ đá lúc linh trả các thể tao chạy nó ít chậm tung chạy.
Gong Nu, có cần đến món hot thức không?
Cô chỉ cần được tới không á, cô cho cần được cô chỉ thích cô nhạc sợ.
Okay, so she learned how to read and write in Hmong by her parents. Okay, I'm going to need you to help me. We have some drawings, win prizes. We have a really nice poster. This poster is actually made by Vang. He does not print any more of these posters, so whoever receives these posters will be really lucky and honoring to be able to get a copy of these posters. I'll just show you quickly. And some of you might already have it in your home. I know almost every Hmong home that I go to has a poster, but today if you don't have one and if your name is called, you win one of these. There's only 2. So it's a generation of Hmong leaders, and he did all the research, photos collecting, and he put it into one poster. So
the poster is really good. What the prize is just one.
There's a couple prizes. Okay, Gong Nu, can you draw to see who? We actually have 4 prizes. So Gong Nu, can you read the name? Your Vang, lấy cho giờ va. Your Vang, there's. I know we have many. So yeah, your yeah, so I don't know. Not to know who so Long ca để poster nào.
Y-E-R là do
Y-E-R nè.
Y-E-R nên
Gì? Giờ đó. Giờ ba. That's just students, yeah. Okay, can you go on to the next one? Okay, this is an American name, so I have to know how to pronounce it. Andre Stigner. All right. Woo! All right. So you actually get a. You want a poster, or do you want a necklace, or do you want an apron? Got you, Kale.
Yeah.
New ball, hay new ball, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
This would be cool.
Okay, there you go. 我知道，哥伦风北回家。
这种。
这种了 ，OK， 我知道这种。来，我知道。Vanilla Allen. Did she go already? Followed by that. Okay, so we have to do. Who? Oh, okay, go.
Go to bottom.
Clear towel. Clear towel. Okay, what would you like? Do you want the necklace, poster, or the apron? All right, there you go. Okay, we have two more. Michael Lee. Michael, you can hôm nay là hai có không clear. Michael, cái vụ này dành tới poster nó cái vụ này apron nó. Okay, dành tới poster một cái hay á. Chưa chào. Okay, ý có không được nào. Let's see who will be the lucky winner. Wendy Young. Wendy. Hey, mình có chắc không biết là cái đó to. Thank you. What cho donation da one who know để mua. Nên lúc sẽ hợp tôi còn bé trong hồ Appleton Public Library. Chọn gì nó một bé mua không chọn trong nhớ cho. Đã donation see the knowledge. There are